Nice. Very nice. Front and back. Leader's garment. Quite happy.
It's alright, isn't it? Looks pretty good in that bad boy.
Excellent, I think the word you're looking for is... Look at that thing. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Beautiful.
Now, only if you're ready for this.
Welcome back to the OTB podcast, the original and still the best New Zealand mountain bike podcast, brought to you by Maxxis Tyres, Fox Suspension, and Squirt Cycling, their lubricants and cleaning products. We're back. It's 2026, and we're nearly through the first month, but we thought, why not? Let's kick this in the guts and get the band back together for a podcast. You know, I know you're all excited. We're hold the applause, guys. Great to have the band back together, but we are missing Lester Perry this week, so we will dock that out of his pay pretty much instantly. So he will be getting, actually I think that accounts to $0 this year, so he might actually be going into the negatives. But we've got the other boys back together. James Rennie, Red Dog, how are you, mate?
Great to be here, Kerry, and great to know that I won't be docked this year because I've turned up. Thank you.
Yep, there will be no docking. I will not need you to pull your pants down. And Chris Vanderkolk, you found that one quite funny, didn't you?
Oh, that's just not appropriate for a podcast of this caliber, Kieran. I would like to launch an official complaint with HR. I think you forced us to take too much of our annual leave over the Christmas break. I'm dangerously close to going into negatives. What do I do? Who do I speak to about this?
And then he started the year with that kind of harassment. I
know.
There's violations all over the show.
And I'm going to talk about this further. I've got to take some sick leave, KB.
I'm actually just looking for a way out of this podcast, so I was hoping HR might just fire me.
You need a succession plan. Who is it?
You do need a succession plan.
And he didn't turn up.
One day I'm just going to switch it all off. It'll just be gone.
One day we raffle it off to the listeners.
Yeah,
it can just become a collective.
That is a fantastic plan.
That's a good idea. We should do that.
Yeah. Put your name in the hat and you win the podcast.
You can have
own the podcast. But you'll get all the liabilities that come with it as well.
Well, that's us.
Yeah.
We are the liabilities.
Yeah, the podcast is a going concern, but you get our well-being to deal with as well.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible win for them. Where do we start? I mean, there's not much going on. Well, there is a bit going on, but the most recent thing I think that has gone on was the Mount Hutt Oceania Continental Series Round 1. I think it's called the Continental Series, something like that, / NZ National Downhill Round 1. I think they're just basically now what Mountain Bike New Zealand does is shoehorn a whole bunch of events into one event so they don't have to run too many. They just put lots of names on it.
Yeah. Mount Hutt Nats.
Yeah, something like that.
The continental breakfast.
No, it's not my favourite. If I'm going for a buffet, I usually go for the buffet. I'm going for the full cooked.
I never know which one's which. Like which one's which?
You don't get any of the cooked food at the continental breakfast.
How do they police
continental? It's not a continental. It's literally just a bowl of cereal. It's like 3 cereal options and like a really shitty fruit salad. That's not.
What makes it continental?
You can't call that continental anything.
Don't know.
If anything, that's run-of-the-mill Kiwi.
Which continent is specialising in just dry cereals?
Yeah, which continental? Like European continental? Yeah.
Who knows? Well, me and Chris thought we'd go, we'd throw it back to like 2005. We went for a road trip to Mount Hutt. Chris came along just as a co-driver, basically. It was great.
I was very, I was honoured to get the invite, mainly out of curiosity, what's involved in going to a downhill race these days. But Red Dog, I rode along, rode shotgun with KB.
Nice.
And got to see it from the inside. You know, it was like, you know when they make those Netflix documentaries where they follow Tiger Woods around and whatever else, like without the bit where he goes and cheats on his wife. But we didn't do that. That didn't happen.
No, it was definitely
it was like getting a getting an insider's view of what it's like to go to a national run with KB. The biggest disappointment for me, though, and it was like an early disappointment, was we went to the registration tent, and I was fully expecting that the people behind the table would be like, "Oh, Kieran, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming along and gracing us with your presence." And it was the classic, like, KB walks up to the table and he goes, "Yep, Kieran Bennett." And the girl's just going through the list. Oh, yeah, no, there you are. Gives him his pack. No acknowledgement. Nothing. No recognition of the greatness. No recognition of the fact that this is his 40th year racing downhill. It was
Red Dog.
otherwise a
Remember
really
when-
good weekend. Lots to cover.
Remember when there was that reporter in Dunedin? Was it the biggest disappointment he called me that year, or the biggest loser?
Yeah, no, like the biggest loser or the biggest disappointment or something like that.
It was something
yeah.
along those lines.
In print. Like,
And I think I got like third.
Yeah, you done pretty well.
Over the days when you could get a podium
So-
and you could be the biggest
so
disappointment.
I'd like to know who that guy is. I bet he had a vendetta. You sold him something on NZ, Mountain Bike NZ or something, and it was
He was
shit.
just a run-of-the-mill, like,
Local reporter.
newspaper reporter, like local sports reporter.
And he just picked a
whatever.
name out of the hat to call the biggest loser.
Yeah,
Oh, brutal.
probably running a Jambo photo attached to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no
that
credit as
article.
well.
Have to be James Allen.
Yeah,
So
had that on lock.
what
Tell
else?
you what, though.
What else did you take in, Chris, after, I don't know, what was the last national round you'd been to? You reckon 2000...
Okay. So, national champs for the 26 national champs
that's
is
right.
technically the most recent. So,
Yeah.
I had a taste of it, but no, this was, I got to see it as an observer, and I've got a few observations. I contend the idea that downhill is struggling in New Zealand. The numbers for this race were roughly equivalent to the first national I went to, which people would call the glory days of New Zealand national champs or national series. So that was the 2000 and what I think it was 2003 or 2004 Rotorua National.
Might have
And
been
this
three.
was one of the other, a long time ago. And that was, JK's just come off the back of his Norba title, so that era, peak. And the entry numbers are roughly the same. So let's dispel that myth first. But what's real interesting is at Rotorua, at least half of the numbers were in the hardtail class, the Masters 1 and Masters 2. Like, it was like a amateur sport
senior men.
for... Yeah.
Senior men
how
was
big-
huge.
Senior was
Senior men
huge.
was the biggest field.
There was like 25 people in the hardtail class at Rotary. Can you imagine going to Mount Hart and the same field's there, but then there's a 25-person hardtail class?
I haven't actually, I didn't really look too deeply through the results, but I would bet like 80% was under 19. Lord,
You reckon?
and younger.
At Mount Hart?
Yeah, at Mount Hart.
No, it's actually pretty evenly spread. There's like no
reckon?
one in open men.
Mm.
But the difference is there's way more depth in the 15s and 17s, and way more depth in the women's field.
If there was no one in, if there was predictably, I mean, let's say maybe there was 10 people in open men. I don't know. I haven't looked at the results.
Max.
There was one in Masters 1, one in Masters 2, I think.
No way.
So
Yeah.
plus, I don't know, 22 elites. So that only makes about, let's say, 35 to 40 people max who are over the age of 19.
Yeah, but there was about 120 entrants.
That's a
and there
disproportionate amount of elites.
Well, now
Yeah,
that's a fair argument. I think there's, for the size of the
Is
field,
Mildy,
there's
is
too many
Mildy
people on
still
elite.
holding? Is this? You still have to email Mildy to get it?
There's a few Australians about because it's a Continental Series
Ah,
race.
yes,
So
Continental
they're
Breakfast
right.
Series.
going for the points.
Yeah. But then also, like, I was thinking about this afterwards. If you got the whole New Zealand downhill elite field, like essentially anyone who's trying to qualify or qualifying for a World Cup at the moment, and they all went to one race, there'd be a massive elite field.
It would be quite big.
Stacked with talent.
If you could get them all in one place, it would be quite
Which
good.
brings me to my next point. The OTB Open has to happen. Like,
No,
I don't know
I'm
where
out.
we're going to get the money.
I'm out
but
now. Just let me know when it's happening. I'm completely out.
Out for what? Like,
No,
you
I'm
could
out.
ride there. It'll be somewhere that's at least 600 kilometers away from your house, and you can ride there on
I'll ride there.
on the touring
I'll,
bike. You have to sleep
I'll,
on site.
I'll, Yeah, I'll say high. No, well, organising a race is just the hardest.
No,
Oh, no,
it's
I'm not organising it. No, no, no way. I'm just pitching it.
no. I still reckon there's legs for the idea that me and Eddie talked about. We did a podcast with him the start of last year, and like basically make it like a hot lap challenge. So you run it at Coronet Peak, and you have
Hot lap challenge.
you've just got to try and you just do as many laps as you can, and people get whittled down as the time goes. So after an hour, last 10 people go. 2 hours, the next 10 go, until you get down to like 5 dudes who are just riding. Like Ronan Dunn
100%.
has already done 127 laps, and he's still going for it.
And there's 50k on the line, and there's only
Put the money.
there's only one men's winner and only one women's winner. We're not sharing this prize pool across like a 5-person podium. Yeah, it's money or the bag.
Yeah, it would be such an amazing race, because you would just have people going absolutely ham and just sending it. It'd be great. But Coronet would be the
Fantastic
perfect
idea.
place for it, because the consequence is relatively low. There's no trees to destroy yourself on. You could have some
No
good
rocks.
cartwheels, but you do
Put a
it like
bridge on that jump now.
yeah,
No risk.
you do it like a Supercross qualifying, where there's no set intervals between people. You've just got to time it.
Yeah,
Like you
You
just
just
got to be
go.
like, right,
Yeah.
that's about 30 seconds, and if someone's on track, then that's that's too bad.
and there's a rule where you can punt someone off track as well. If someone's on a
Oh,
good
yeah.
lap,
Yeah,
There you go for
and you're
go for
like,
life.
and you drop in, you can punt them.
yeah. If you come to someone in a corner, you're actually allowed to cut that corner in the
Yeah.
essence of taking their front wheel out and sawing their front end off in the exit.
I wonder what a downhill race would be like if you put like big catch nets up. So there's almost no consequence. Like the only way you could hurt yourself really is if you cartwheeled straight down the track. So like either side of the track, you've got just heaps of padding and like B nets like in a ski race.
I was just about
Well-
to say, someone hit the dinger. Chris has referenced ski racing the first time in 2026.
We're at Mount Hutt.
Hey,
true.
that's true. Yeah.
Those safety nets, though, that's how I tore gave myself skier's thumb for the first time at Rotorua World Champs in 2006, when I came up short on Fat Man's Route and endoed into one of those nets that they had up between trees, and stuck my hands out and tore the ligament in my thumb.
Oh, bugger.
Skier's thumb doesn't come from cashing into ski nets, you know that. Like,
Yeah, but it's still called skier's thumb, so
it's like tennis elbow comes from elbowing someone in the head at a tennis court.
I just thought it came from swinging the tennis
Does
racket.
KB have those big knee guards on that the skiers run, Chris, for the slalom gates?
He did.
Just to
he did.
smoke
He
the
had-
slalom gate.
His helmet was like a POC helmet with just a little chin
Yeah.
bar.
Little chinder on it.
Yeah.
It's
What
probably
else did we
Troy Lee
do?
D2, and it's probably a good thing that I didn't hit that on anything, because
Oh,
that was my prized possession. Still got it.
the other thing I learned, KB is definitely the elder statesman of the sport. Like,
Mhm.
he's talked about this before, where he just hangs out with the dads. That's a real thing. I got to hang out with the dads. They hang out with KB. So
But the
that
best part
that was
is,
cool.
JK is one of the dads now. Like
Oh.
childhood dream, just hanging out with JK.
I
Yeah,
meant to
that's
ask you
awesome.
this. So, Red Dog, we're KB's getting his brakes bled by someone, and
Someone's
he's chatting there. Yeah, someone's dead. He's chatting there to
Shout out to
JK,
Brendan
and
from Cycle World.
I love that as well. Like KB said, I need to get my brakes bled, and he just went and found someone who would do it for him. There was always going to be someone. I don't think he knew who was going to go and find, but it was almost like a "who wants to do it for me" situation,
Yeah,
rather
yeah,
than
yeah.
"who can I
They're
go and
fighting
ask."
over him.
Yeah,
Wasn't
So
quite that
while-
situation, but it worked out pretty well.
totally. So while it's like voluntary mechanic is doing his brakes, JK's sitting there chatting to him, and they're talking about bikes or something. And then JK goes, "Oh, I've got something to show you." And then the two of them walked off to his cabin. Sorry, the back of his truck. And I don't know what it was. So, KB, what did JK have to show you?
Oh, he had a tyre pressure gauge that I had left behind in their car in like 2006 in Whistler, and they still have it and they still use it to this day.
No way.
Yeah.
That is as good as I hoped.
That
it
is
would be.
awesome. That is awesome.
He's like, do you recognise this? It's got a Whistler lanyard on it. And I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
so great.
holy shit, I actually do remember this now. Like, I couldn't have told you that I'd ever lost it. Like, I don't remember ever not having it, but I'd left it with them because I think I got a ride somewhere with them to like another race or something like that. And yeah, he's been using it ever since.
That is so good. My favourite part of this is he said, I've got something to show you. So I assume what happened is that he held it up and Kieran was like, oh, fuck, awesome, my pressure gauge. And then JK just goes, thank you very much. I'm not giving it back to you. It's mine now. This is mine.
I never expected to have it back. It made my day that they still have it and still use it, you know?
So he's asking you for tyre recommendations and literally using your tyre setup equipment.
This might have actually been... this could be the highlight of 2026 as a whole.
Already, the whole year. It's already done.
Yeah, it's just done. Shut it down. 2026 is done. I mean, you guys have seen this, but for the listeners, I got a message from JK a few days before the race asking for tyre recommendations, and it's just like a there goes my hero moment. He's looking up to JK all through when I started racing for Maxxis, and he's asking me for tyre recommendations, and that was just like...
That's peak.
Light up a cigarette and lean back.
Put it in the truck, we're going home.
What did you recommend?
I think I recommended the High Roller 3, which is the new version of the High Roller, which is a bit like a intermediate, which is what I ran on the front. It's a fantastic choice because it is... Yeah, it's not a... Because Mountain Hut's quite varied, especially when it's wet, because, Jesus, that ridgeline is still really
bony,
fast and bony. And then the bottom section was brand new and was like, I don't know, 4 inches deep of just clay bog. So, yeah, tyres were... A dry tyre probably would have actually been fine down there. I ran a dry tyre on the back. I had a DHR2 on the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because by the time you got into the muddy stuff, it didn't matter what tyres you had on.
Yeah.
They were just... Honestly, Saturday was hilarious. Because all the top was good.
I messaged. I said to get him home. He doesn't need to be out there anymore. Get him home.
He was having a good field day. He was loving it. Lap one, he came back in. He was like, this is sick. And there's a heap of people complaining. KB was just in his element.
I heard there's a lot of people complaining, Kieran. Justin had mentioned that on the weekend when I was talking to him. The kids weren't happy.
No, because it wasn't bike park groomed. You know, they couldn't work this out. But then in saying that, I mean, I can lay into the kids and they're complaining, but holy shit, I got beaten by a lot of fucking under-19s because they are fast.
Those under-19s are
fast.
They're so fast. This is another fun stat for you.
insane.
There's only one under-19 that cracked the top 10 elite in 2003, and there were 4 on the weekend. Mind you, I'd be curious to know what would happen if... Because that Rotorua race had the cream of the crop, right? So, like, Rankin won it, I think, JK was second. Everyone was there. I'd be interested to know if any of our 19s would crack the top 10 if the whole World Cup field was there.
Yeah, that would make a difference when it doesn't take much for you throw in like Lockie, Tahoto, and those other guys like that. That adds up a few more spots pretty quickly. But still, it was no joke. Like Malik Boatwright qualified first, and he was fastest, first overall essentially, and he's under 19. I think he had a crash in finals, and then, geez, I've completely blanked on who actually won
Ollie Clark?
under 19 in the end.
Oh, no, it's all right.
But, yeah, those kids are fast. So there's no doubt about that.
They're brave too. They were hitting shit that I heard that not all the elites hit.
Well, could it be anything to do with, like, having a not fully developed frontal lobe, or, like, they just don't really worry about it?
100%. Zero consequence.
And not having a mortgage.
Oh, Cole Huserbosch won. Ellie's brother.
Oh, yeah.
So he did a 355, and Ollie Clark won on a 350, won elite men. So Cole would have been fourth in elite.
KB, did they record seating times?
They're saved somewhere.
Okay, because Red Dog, the other thing, this needs a special mention. Justin Leoff was seating. Sorry, not seating.
Sweeping.
Sweeping. And it wasn't really sweeping so much, it's just like breaking out fucking mud from everything. It was a lot of sweeping going on. But holy fuck, he was looking quick. He wasn't sweeping, he was racing.
Yeah, he reckoned he's like, just felt good. Felt normal. And I was like, mate.
Found his groove.
He doesn't ride that much. I was like, I don't know how you got back out there. Not a chance.
He wasn't sure at the start. And then at the end, I was like, "You got a downhill bike on order?" And he's like, "Oh man, it would be fun."
Oh,
So
you guys are wild, man.
I love it. I had so much fun. Like, there was a couple of jumps that I didn't jump. There was one that Chris watched for most of finals, which is like, it's been there a long time, but it's changed a bit now. I don't know how well you remember it, Red Dog, but there was...
Back of my hand.
Yeah, there was like a step down, not the step down where there's like 3 step downs. There's like 3 kind of next to each other, but you go down a little bit further, and then there was one again where you came out by the road.
Yep.
And that one there had just this, it got this heinous rut in it in finals, and it was sketchy. And I was just like, I rode up and had a look at it, and from the get-go, I was just like, nah, this is not for me. But there was like, one of the under 19 girls sent it. Chris got a snap of her just absolutely folded over the handlebars.
Oh,
it didn't go.
that.
It didn't go well for her, but
Martin.
yeah,
this is a special mention has to go to Capella Martin. That was one of the most terrifying, but also weirdest crashes I've ever seen. So she fully committed to the shark fin, and like she was committed to it. And I'd seen her riding during the day as well. She was going fucking well, and she comes in and just tucks the front end, just cases it, full front end case, but not like she really just come up short. But because she was so committed, she was nose in.
It was a harsh landing. Like, even if you came a bit short, like I semi-committed on Saturday in practice on my last run, and I came up just short and bent both my pedals down. Like, not horrendously down, but enough that it bent both spindles.
Yeah, and I watched quite a few people hit it, and most of the guys and girls that hit it looked sketchy. Like, it didn't look easy. Until she comes in and front wheel cases it, and then just wrecks herself over the front bars.
Oof.
Over the bars. She was like
over the front bars, not the back bars.
Over the front bars. Yeah, not the back bar. She went over the front bar. But she, I think she's put a video of it on the gram, and got up, walked away. Her mum was there. I assume it was her mum. This is the other thing that's different, is that race parents are like there. So that's the other thing. All the kids' parents are there. And her mum just watched her, helped her get up, helped her shake it off and take her down the road. I was like, as a parent, I'm sitting there going, oh, we're packing it. We're not doing the sport anymore. It's too dangerous. It's amazing.
No, I commend it, Kerry. You're a braver man than I, and still looks good out there. Holy, that kit, style, still got it.
Downhill racing is fun. I love it.
Okay.
New V10 on the way. We're all in.
Here he is.
What's happening with that old one, KB? Can we keep it in reserve?
It'll probably need to go up on Marketplace, to be
For
fair.
$8,000, it's all yours.
I tell you what, Red Dog, I was this close to taking someone's entry and bike.
Yeah,
the guy on the pitch next to us.
Chris rolls up on a Trek session at some point, and he's just looking at me, giving me this nod of like, yeah. And I'm like, are you going to race? And he's like, maybe. Where the fuck did this come from?
It was so tempting, this guy in the pits. I actually don't know, in retrospect, whether he was meant to take my entry or you can also ride my bike. No,
but you took his bike anyway.
You had his bike.
I took it for a lap around the park. And I was like, oh shit, we could do this. But I realised something in the moment. Going downhill racing would be so hard because getting up to speed at all would be hard. Like, you'd have to get up to speed fast. But then learning how to ride a downhill bike again would be near impossible. I wouldn't know what to do with it. They're terrifying.
Just point it. Point and shoot.
Is that all?
Point and shoot. Yeah, sure.
Pretty much.
I think I could give that a go.
No, it was good. It was a good weekend, and then Chris drove home. I was stoked. I didn't have to drive home. That was the best part of the weekend, maybe.
Have you got any more lined up?
We'll be doing Crankworks, and I think
we'll be at Crankworks.
We've got few IXS Cups lined up, and then we'll try and qualify for a couple of World Cups.
I was planning on going straight to South Korea.
Yeah,
oh nice.
I've been in touch with a few of those race organisers in China, KB, and I've got a big money race lined up for you.
Excellent, let's go.
Yeah, there's a few conditions, there's a few things you have to wear, and there's a few TV spots you've got to do, but those are just details we'll talk about on the plane.
Ni hao, sign me up.
Where are we going?
Excuse me?
That's Mandarin.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Fair
spent a
enough.
bit of time in that region.
A lot more than
Okay.
me. Lot
Okay.
more.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Mountain Heart,
What else?
great time.
Yeah.
Downhill racing. People should try it out.
What a time.
It's thorough.
Yeah, take your kids downhill racing. It's a kid's sport now.
It is.
It's not for old men unless... I think there should be a rule. You're allowed to race Masters. Like, if you're over 30, you're allowed to race if you can prove that you raced over a decade ago. Otherwise, they should bar you from racing. You shouldn't be allowed to race unless you raced that long ago.
Yeah, this was... what did I work out? My first year in Elite was 2006, so this is 21 years in Elite
Oh,
this season.
I reckon you do
craziness.
30.
And I think
Absolute.
I think I worked out this was the 73rd national round I've done, something like that.
70.
Well, he hit 100.
Nah, I'm not getting to 100. There's only like
Yeah.
2 races a year.
Yeah, there's
If
2 a
you-
year now.
It's gonna take me another fucking 12 years.
You spent a
How
clock
many-
up 6.
How many like elite level races would you have done? Like a national, a US Open, a Norbert, or a World Cup?
How many have I done?
Like we're
Roots and Rain
over
will
100
tell you.
easy, right?
Well, I was just literally about to go into Roots and Rain and try and work it out.
Like, even I've got close to 100
Honestly.
on there.
Roots and Rain
How
tells me I've
close
got...
are you to crossing
100.
100 if you take all the downhills, all the XCs, all the national level New Zealand mountain bike related events? Are you over 100? You must be.
Oh, yeah. Surely.
I think that 73 might include national champs as well. National champs races. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and work it all out. But now Roots and Rain tells me I've got 120 results on there, so I don't know. I've done a few races.
Done a couple.
Done a few. Looked like
Done a
a day.
couple.
Like he looked like he knew what he was doing.
I didn't know what I was doing when I couldn't find where my brand new roll-off lens and roll-offs were, though, and then I found them when I got home on Tuesday when I was cleaning up. So that was good. That was a
Where
bit
were they?
amateur hour. They were in the side pocket of my helmet bag rather than being in my goggle bag.
Oh,
So
okay.
that was-
No, that'll do it.
The other thing we
Right,
do.
one.
KB needs
one
a,
last question.
He's a goggle sponsor.
I thought he was an Oakley guy.
A what?
I'm an Oakley guy now.
I'm a Matthews Sports Vision guy, so I don't have a... I wear what I want from as long as it comes from Matthews Sports Vision.
Do you want to say
And
Matthew Sports
they give you a
Vision
discount.
again, or, you know?
Yeah, MatthewSportsVision.co.nz. Go online
Okay.
and shop now.
Does he cover all
Oakley.
sports?
All of this?
Smith,
What?
all the...
Has this been uploaded into our employee benefits portal?
No, I'm just purely throwing in my own
Jesus.
plugs in here.
His own endorsements.
I'll send the letter to HR.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll get in touch with Matthew. I'll probably need some glasses at some point.
Touch with Matthew. I think it's
Maybe
the
try
name's
Julian.
Matthews.
Julian might be able to help you out. Good news, guys. I haven't been for a run since the spectacle, so the listeners will be happy. There's no running content to talk about at the moment.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't have anything to contribute to that either.
No, I haven't wanted to run since then.
Yeah. I've got some bad news to start the year off.
Yeah. Hit us with
I
the bad
started the
news.
year off with a bang, and finally happened.
I should laugh, but I'm like, oh yeah, this.
So I was at the Mai Tai pump track with my almost 4-year-old boy, and I was on the BMX, and sure enough, I looped it out and gave myself a massive concussion. So that's what
Oh,
I've
is
been
that how
doing
you
for the
did that?
last month. Yep.
BMXs
It's fun.
are dangerous.
Yep. Another rule:
You-
no one should be allowed to ride a race BMX unless you've actually raced a race BMX. Otherwise,
You saw this coming,
Oh.
though. A long way off. Like, you preempted it.
yeah, I know. I called it. It's dangerous, and then
Yep.
really bit me in the ass.
Red Dog,
Mm.
we decided in the weekend when we were down there, we were talking about this whole situation, and Chris was saying, like, I think I just need to get rid of the bike. And I said to him, the ideal situation would be you just pack it up in a box, don't put any labels on it, and you send it back to Camcol where it came from.
Yes,
Just
send it back to horse.
No notes, no return, like no who it's come from, just straight to Camcol. Here's your
Yeah.
BMX back.
100%.
I'm sure he'd love it back.
I know that Cam probably doesn't waste his time listening to the podcast, so it'll still be a surprise, but it's just going in a box and it's turning up on the doorstep.
Yeah.
Did you get ice cream for everyone, Chris, or is that just for
No,
you?
this is a bit like your Matthews eyewear deal. This is just for me. It's got a cookie in
Fair.
it.
You got me there.
What flavour are we talking?
It looks like a bit of vanilla.
So we've got vanilla with some freshly baked cookies.
Oh, jeez. Stop it.
Yeah, we're living good.
You don't get that
Stop
from
it.
Matthew at Matthew's Eyewear, do you?
No.
You get a 5% discount and a entry to the spectacle.
All right. I had a topic that popped into my mind, and I wanted to discuss. I was hoping Lester would be here because he would bring a whole different lens onto this one, but we're going to go into it anyway. What era do you guys reckon was when the biggest innovations on downhill bikes came around? You know, like, could have been disc brakes, it could have been 29-inch wheels. I was really hoping Lester was going to be here because he would for sure be like, oh, when we got suspension, that was the biggest innovation. Because
when the back wheel started to be as big as the front wheel, you know, from a penny farthing to whatever Lester was riding.
You got anything, Red Dog? Did you have a think about this one?
It's a no-brainer for me. It's a no-brainer.
What is it?
Cast your mind back, Kerry. It's 2004.
Wrong.
Yes. No, I'm not wrong.
And the DW link comes about.
Yeah, bro. The Sunday comes out. Now, not just because that thing with the DW link, boxer weight went from 7-inch to 8-inch. That thing the Sunday got a proper reach. The bottom bracket was low.
13.1-inch bottom bracket, 63-degree head angle.
Was it that slack? Was it a 63?
I think so.
I thought it was more of a 65.
Might have
Anyway,
been a 64 or 65, actually.
But that's when dare I say, shit got real. That's when bikes changed. And it's right within my, what I would refer to as the glory days of downhill.
That is, without a doubt, the glory days.
Yep.
About you, Chris? You're
Chris
you're getting younger or newer or older? He's just got a mouthful of ice cream. Sorry, mate. We'll wait for you. That's okay.
No, don't worry, mate. This show runs to your schedule, all right?
I'm fucking glad it does because you're wrong, Red Dog.
No, absolutely
I don't
not.
believe how wrong you are.
Go on then.
Okay. 94 to 96. That's when it all changed. And all you need to do is look at what was Nico Villiers riding in 94 and what was he riding in 96. A game changer.
Yeah, you're not too far wrong there, to be honest.
In the space of, and if you extend out an extra year or two, if you go a year either side, he went from a hardtail to the Sun. And the Sun was game changer.
When did Johnny T win on drop bars? When was that?
It
would have been like
92, 93.
That was like... Yeah, but
in
that's
that 5 to 6 year period...
Yeah, big shift.
We went what was effectively cyclocross bikes through to what was... Yeah, like in the early 90s.
To downhill bikes, pretty much.
Yeah, at least they were hardtails. And so in that space of time, you went from hardtail and then the Foes Y-frame, whatever it was, that funny-looking Foes frame. That
Weasel.
happened in 92 or 93. And then the GT Lobo happened. And then by the end of, by 96, I think it was, Berlioz was riding the Sun Radical on the Sun Chippy tin with a young Cedric Gracia. And Max Commissar was making that bike. And Olivier Bossard was doing the suspension. And this is my point, is that downhill went backwards for ages. You watch Nico Villiers riding his V process towards the end of his career. Climb. That bike was so dialed compared to some of the shit that happened in the years after. It's like the Frenchies left the sport for a while.
I don't think I can argue it. They did, yeah.
No, because that's all fact, by the way. That's not.
Well, I'm sure Tim McKenzie's screaming at his radio right now with some factual inaccuracies there, but
he'll be telling you about how good the GT RTS was.
Yeah. Those factual inaccuracies will just be proven the point further.
Yeah,
But
I'm
no,
the one who's
I
going to have to
actually
deal
do
with
agree
the
with you.
DMs after this.
I do agree with you.
Tim McKenzie, can you? This is a request. So Tim McKenzie, can you please send through an essay on why this argument is right or wrong?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what the correct
1,000
answer
words
is.
or less.
And we'll give you the opportunity to defend your position on the podcast.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer, so we're fucked.
I know.
Yeah, we're screwed.
He's got us.
No, I don't disagree with Chris, but for me, downhill only exists within when I rode downhill. So that's like it's only
true,
been the
you-
glory days. Everything else, no. That's why I've got no respect for the kids now.
You
Don't
pay
don't
very
care.
little attention these days,
No,
don't
That's
you?
actually.
No, it's not within the glory days.
I bet there's guys that are
Such
into
stupid
bikepacking now that have been into bikepacking for like 20 years who are going, oh, these new guys don't understand what bikepacking used to be about.
Oh, 100%.
Like these guys that are calling you out, being like, you're not core. You don't
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
We didn't even
I just
have
can't
bivvies
accept
back
that.
in the day.
I can't accept that these kids racing downhill now would have absolutely beat me down back in the day, just like everyone else. It's hard to swallow.
Yeah.
You were one
I
of those
don't-
kids, Rico.
I don't have a strong stance on this argument anywhere of so I was just really hoping you guys would bring
Yes.
a good argument to it, which is great because you've both gone for pretty different you're
That's,
both about 10 years
29ers?
apart, which is good.
29ers,
such
Kieran?
a-
Yeah, I
Taking
could just come in and say 29ers because honestly, when I went from a 27.5 downhill bike to a 29er, I remember riding that V10 when I first got it and I was like, fuck, I cannot ride this bike as fast as it wants to go. It was
I rode it a
very
little bit
fast.
at the adventure park once, and I hadn't ridden a proper downhill bike in a very long time. And I was like, this thing's cheating. This is so much better than
Yeah.
what downhill bikes were when I stopped riding downhill.
I
Even
think
going
we
from
need
the
to do a downhill
27.5
open
was a
day.
big change.
I think we need to do a downhill day, and KB's going to get us some bikes to ride, and we're going to do an open day, and it's going to be
Thanks, KB.
It'll be like a rehab experience for old downhill riders. You know, like reintroduction to downhill or reintegration with society sort of thing.
Ricky.
You
bring
have
them
to
in
work
gently.
out downhill bike. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of netting down the side of the track. I tell you what, though, Red Dog, I definitely came away from there going, oh, I'm a bit curious about this downhill racing business. Not in the rain, though. I'm not racing in the wet.
Don't get too curious because there's just no races on. That's half
Nah.
the battle.
Like, yeah,
No.
it's true.
Hey, we were going to Queenstown every year for a while there. That was good.
We did. We had the annual national champs trip, which was quite good, and then they ripped that race away, and we haven't been back.
Nah. And the
We should
break
go
on
down there
line
and try
zero's
just
been
going for
seized
social
on since.
mountain bike rides.
We should.
We should go for a social mountain bike weekend in Queenstown. If anyone wants us to come down and review their bike park or anything, then let us know.
Yeah,
That's a great
or
idea.
like
We could
their,
review multiple.
Yeah, like eateries, bars, the night and day store. We'll review it all.
happily do a
If
we'll
they're
do a
paying,
live
we're
podcast
saying
from our business, and it could be a bike park, but it could also be the night and day store. We'll do a live podcast from the night and day store if you fund our trip.
they've got
Whatever
it when you want it
World Bar.
at the night and day store.
That's it. We'll eat all the lamb shanks that are left over from the day before.
Yep.
Sounds
We'll do it
risky.
from the Lone Star. We could do it from the Lone Star. That would go well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if we could do it from the Lone Star, I think that would be a coup for Lone Star and for us.
I was going to, while we're on a good train of downhill racing, I was going to say we should get into some, obviously, like, I think pretty much everything's out there now for World Cup teams and riders and where they've gone. Is Gwin to Frameworks the biggest shock of the season? Of the team change season? It's got to be. What else
It's a bit of a
happened?
surprise, but it sort of makes sense now that it's
It
It's-
makes sense, but
yeah.
no one saw it coming.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's-
think when you look at, like, he's part of that whole crew, right? And it's like now they've got bike parks, they've got a race series, and they've got a bike brand, and they're all on board with it. Like that's pretty tidy.
East Coast. Hella East Coast.
Hella East Coast.
It's-
Next they'll have KB.
It's-
East Coast.
It's pretty interesting. So he's signed for 2 years with an option for a third year. The dude is 38. He's the same age as me. He's like He's born in December '87 as well, and he's more all in than he has been in a few years by the sounds of it, because now he's not running his own team. He's there back as like a full-time racer, which is going to be real interesting to see if that plays out any better, because the last few years have been not great for Gwin standards.
Well, I think that's probably a little bit like the gamble that Santa Cruz is taking on you at the moment, KB. You know, they're looking at him, they're going, he's been racing for a long time, but he's all in when he goes to these races. And
I'm just a man of the people.
I reckon the Frameworks deal's got similar vibes to it. I reckon Gwin turning up to a US Monster Energy round in 3 years' time, right, when that series is really hammering, he'll be like the elder statesman, and everyone will love him. And
he already is the elder
dads will be
statesman.
hanging out with him.
A framework. Yeah. And who's buying Frameworks frames? The dads. That's actually what it is. They know that to sell bikes, they've got to appeal to the dads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true,
That's where you get them, because they're the people that actually have the money.
Yep.
The dads
They
do.
do.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's it.
So it's actually genius.
And so, 100%. And that's why I'm excited to announce Frameworks as a sponsor of the podcast. And looking forward to them supporting our respective families and our racing careers.
You could probably get similar effect if you like sponsored the coffee cart at the downhill race, because that's where most of the dads are as well. Kind of, hanging out,
It's a good
getting
move.
coffee.
And you could provide free coffees for anyone over the age of 35.
Yep.
I think you don't even have to be at the downhill race. You have to pick the business or the entertainment venue or something in the town where the race is, where you know that most of the dads are going to be.
Yep.
And it's like in Mount Hutt, it was the Hot Pools.
Did you go to the Hot Pools?
Queenstown, it's Lone Star? No, we didn't. I was disappointed about that. That was part of the deal that I'd go.
That was going to be
Hot Pools, but we didn't.
Next level prep. If you guys were soaking in the tub pre-race.
I tell you what we did instead is we basically should have had a microphone on, because we had a very in-depth conversation with Justin Leal, who graciously housed us for the weekend, him and his lovely wife Tori. We basically did a podcast. We should have done a podcast with Justin about his career. If we had a microphone, he would not have been as open and honest as what he was. It was pretty fantastic.
I reckon he would have been.
You reckon?
Nothing to lose. Oh, it was interesting. It was insightful.
We'll get him on. We'll get him when it's time. I think he was a bit nervous.
We'll get him when he's racing head to head with you in Elite next season. Okay, because the way he was headed.
I hope so. You imagine, I would go race Masters if we could get Cam Cole. This is what Masters should be.
No, it's just all the dads. This is my argument. Is that the Masters class at the moment have one guy at Mount Hutt, and about 5 years' time, when those 14s and 15s, and then our generation starts coming through after that, the Masters class will be heavily contested.
Although Justin is 40, so he's Masters too. Maybe they could do a vet
They
pro
just
like they do in
roll
motocross.
Yeah, vet pro.
No, that's
cool.
remember the rule though is that if you want to race Masters, it's just you have to have raced 10 years ago, and then there's one class. It's it's literally a veterans class.
I got asked a number of times if I was racing Masters, and it actually pains me a little bit when I get asked that. It hurts me a little bit on the inside. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not here to race Masters. I don't know. I'm either too dumb or too competitive to. I couldn't do it.
Do you want to just next race we go to, because what are we, Crankworks next, right?
Yeah, Crankworks Christchurch next race on the calendar.
We'll set your pits up a little differently. We'll get hoardings around the pits as well, and I'll just be your media guy. I'll take all those questions.
I thought they weren't going to let you
response for that.
No, I got an entry.
Yeah, they know greatness when they see it.
We're in.
Full rank.
We're in.
I bet that girl that was doing registration at Mount Hutt is just feeling so embarrassed after
Kicking
not
herself.
recognizing. Someone would have been like, "Do you have any idea who that is?"
I don't know if she really cared, to be completely honest. Or, yeah. So back to World Cup team changes. Gwin, Frameworks is good move, bad move? Is it going to be... It's going to be a good move, surely.
Good move.
It's a good move. Good move all round.
I think that bike is better.
Yeah.
I don't think that crest line was quite there.
No,
he's back
I
on
agree.
Fox, which is great. Great to see him back at home where he should be. I don't know. That bike just... What I
Works.
like about Frameworks and Nico is that he just chose the bike that worked the best and ran with it. He doesn't care about aesthetics. He's like, right, steel, this works, 4-bar, we can tune it. This is everything we want. We just want to make this the fastest bike possible, which I think is quite cool.
I like the fact that they went with a steel front end and then tested a
aluminium.
carbon back end. Like,
It's
it works
aluminium.
best with it. Oh, they've got an aluminium back end on it now.
No,
I think
the
they've tried
front
it.
end's
Rubber
Sorry.
carbon
The
as well.
front end's aluminium, isn't it? Because Frank
Yeah,
the
maybe
welder
it's a
welds
steel
it.
swing arm. Yeah, FTW.
But
FCW.
they're running a carbon back end on it, aren't they?
I think they have many iterations.
I think they've gone through variations. I don't know if they still are now.
You know, to your point, KB, like, they're testing steel front, carbon back. Like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's just all about making a fast bike,
They did have a lugged one. Maybe that one's
which is
steel.
quite cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Dunno.
I think he acknowledges the compromise. So like he knows that it's not like the outright most capable bike maybe or fastest, but damn, it's good, pretty damn good at everything. Which is kind of what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. Gwin and Acer, what an American dream team together.
Yep.
And a Newkirk, actually. So,
Yep.
quite a
Triple A.
trio.
I wonder what the team environment would be like with Gwin in it. Whether he is, like, whether it's still the Gwin show or whether he'll be part of the team.
I feel like Gwin is probably past that. Because I would have to think he's pretty well acknowledged that, like, he's not the win 5 races in a season Aaron Gwin anymore. And that Acer is the future of American downhill.
He definitely comes across as way more, like, relaxed, but at the same time, he's pretty clear he's there to go racing. So, time will
Yeah,
tell.
it's good though. Good on him. Ace is elite this year, so it's actually going to be pretty interesting to see, like, where the two Orens, Acer, Tyler Waite, Ollie Clark all slot into it. There's some pretty
What a
heavy-hitting
season.
juniors coming through.
That's the thing. When you look at that, like, that wave of guys coming through, you can kind of see why guys like Laurie, who you'd expect to just get on another team, aren't just slotting into a top team automatically.
No, there's too much fast, young talent coming through at the moment, I think. So, plus the team changes now. I think they can only have 4 elite riders on a UCI team.
Yeah.
So,
Is it still that they can have 10 people in a team?
yeah, but I think there's only 4 elite or something like that.
Right.
So that'll be good. And then juniors will be good. We've got Jonty Williamson, Malik Boatwright, which are probably hopefully two of the top juniors in there. Cole Huserbosch looks like he's riding good, so could be a good season. Cole's got a ride with the FMD team, so he's on
That's
an
right.
Orbea now.
Yep.
Man.
So he's got
And
some
who's
support,
Malik?
which is cool. Malik's
Malik
on
good?
Atherton.
Malik? Atherton, that was it.
Atherton.
Nice.
So he was on that high country team last year on Atherton bikes, and now he's on the Atherton race team, which is cool.
Where does the name High
I
Country
was
come
wondering
from?
who that was at Mount Hart.
No idea. It's an Australian dude that runs it.
Oh,
It's
is
seen, from all I can gather, it's just some dude who loves racing. I don't think he even has any kids racing or anything. He's just into it.
Right.
And,
Okay.
Yeah. So
What
they're on
does
zeros
FMD
this year.
stand for?
Actually, no idea. But just like OTB, no one knows.
No one knows.
How many zeros were there, Chris?
Oh, I
At
tell you
Mount
what,
Hart.
this is the other thing, Red Dog. Zeroed is crushing it. Zeroed is the new M1.
I heard
Everywhere.
that they were throwing some belts and that people had little nail brushes to unclog them, get the mud off that belt. I heard that they were
That
throwing
was not a
belts.
zeroed exclusive problem. That was a Gates belt drive problem for sure.
Yep.
But what else is
There
on
was a
the
lot
gates?
of belts hanging off the sides of bikes.
I see what you mean.
Was it?
No, I thought, I see what you mean.
Yeah, the Atherton bikes were doing it as well. They
look,
they were throwing belts.
do we
I
need
had a
a-
question about that.
do we need to pack that in?
Yeah, I saw a
Put
few
a chain
belts
on it.
hanging off the back end, and I was like,
What are we
we
solving
haven't
here?
solved this problem by now. But Red Dog, you're an engineer. Why is
No.
the belt more beneficial than a
He's an
chain
electrical engineer.
for a gearbox bike?
Because the belt company they put up $100,000 if your elite guy wins.
That's what it is.
I don't know if
Yeah,
did you hear about this?
Yes.
It's called the belted suitcase or something. I can't remember what it's called anyway. Yeah, I think that's
belted
why.
purse.
Isn't it called the belted hoax? Because Ollie took it. But
Read the
Yeah,
fine
that's
print.
true.
You got to read the fine
fucking
print.
be dark about that, wouldn't you? Oh, you'd be so dark.
I don't.
Well, honestly though, I'm not quite
yeah,
sure
those
what problem it's
Those
solving.
bikes are sick.
I mean, they're probably nice and quiet, I guess.
I don't know if it's. I guess they're quiet, but I don't even know if they're lighter. Is that belt going to be lighter than a chain? Maybe.
Because you do
But then
need.
My Zero's got a chain, and it's fine.
I guess you do need
Never had
quite
a
a
chain
lot.
fall off my Zero when I had them.
Yeah. How do you keep up with the maintenance?
But yeah. Yeah, how do you keep
Yeah, I
up?
don't know.
A lot of zeros there though. A lot of
Yeah.
zeros. It was
Yeah.
They
very
do
impressive.
look awesome. Yeah, they are taking over. Great work. That'd be my pick, I think, if I was going to
Yeah, it
buy
seemed
down
like
a
a
bike.
couple of years ago, Common Style was the bike, but
Zero.
I think Zero is like the privateer bike. It's like the new M1 or the new Fox.
No, it's the Iron Horse Sunday of 2005 to 2008.
Yeah, but they were also cheap, weren't they?
Yeah, they would cheap.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
not.
they're pretty cheap. A team would cost you like
They probably were actually
$6,000.
pretty cheap back then. I heard Laurie Greenland's going to be riding a Zero.
Is
Really?
that on
I got a-
MS?
Got a message. No, just some sort of own, like just
On
as
flex,
maybe.
right?
I don't
And
know.
some slip-ons.
I will.
Oh, cool.
I'll send you guys the photo that I got sent a couple of days ago. Not him on one, but you'll love it anyway. It's a great photo.
Okay.
But
He's ferreting about in New Zealand, isn't he?
yeah, he's in Queenstown.
Oh, is he?
I got sent a
Oh,
photo
that's-
saying Laurie's going to be on a Zero. So
I tell you
Oh.
what, no one is flying to the other side of the world to go riding when you don't have an income. He must be.
that's good. That's a good point.
You know,
That's a really good point.
like you're not sitting here going, I think I'll take off to the other side of the world just to go on a riding holiday, just and without a bike sponsor. Like he's down here picking up bikes.
Could be. Could be. Anything else, boys? Or do we want to keep this within the, like we talked about last year, I've got an hour. We can just keep this in within the I've got an hour. Cycling Club can also be the I've got an hour, let's do a podcast.
No, I've got more time to talk shit about mountain biking than actually doing it.
Fair. It is much easier to talk shit about mountain biking when it's 9 o'clock at night. It's much harder to ride at this time of night.
Yeah, we got started early.
Well, there's a lot of people riding out there right now, Kerry.
Enduro's dead.
Well, Enduro is dead. There's 5 elite teams registered for the EWS this year, or EDR, sorry, whatever it's called. Doesn't look good.
No.
What's going to happen to it? Is it just going to become? I don't even know what the precedent is.
I think they've fucked it up massively because it's still a good, like, it's not. I don't think it's because of enduro that it's failing. I think it's because they didn't recognise the value of it. Like downhill is a really really good sport for like it's a better sport for coverage and everything, but it's a terrible sport to like
Social
people. Yeah, it's not social, but it's also a terrible sport for like getting people into mountain bike because it's so abstract and so hard to relate to. But enduro is so much more relatable, and enduro should be a sport that mountain biking uses as like a way for people to learn about mountain bike racing. Like there should be a rule that you only have an enduro race where the start finish is in the middle of a town. You know, like they always did at Finale, where like the whole community gets to experience this carnival coming along.
Well, I think half the problem is that, like, when the UCI stuff took over and they started setting all these regulations around, like, how much climbing they could do and how long stages could be and how much elevation they had to hit and all this shit. Whereas, like, you used to go to an enduro and you could go to one that was, like, it would be 6 minute and a half stages. It was all really fast and fun and that was that. And then you go to another one and it was 2 days and you did like 45 minutes of racing. And then, it's like, then they put all these rules around it. So all these races were trying to adhere to this certain kind of format, whereas that was the beauty of it. It didn't have a format. It was just mountain bike racing.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing about it. It is probably the closest thing to a race format that reflects how people actually ride. It's like, I don't know, you look at motorsport, it's like rally. And rally is relatable because they're all based on production cars.
Because that's loosely what all us bogans love to go and do when we get on the gravel road, is try and drive like that.
100%.
I remember like Craigie Burn Enduro would go through so much different terrain, and then you'd do, there was always that last stage that would finish like in Castle Hill.
In the village,
and it would have like a 40-second flat sprint at the end purely to get you all the way into Castle Hill. And it's like, they don't even do that anymore. Like, it all just finishes down at Texas Flat because everyone just wants to ride down stuff and no one wants to do any pedaling for any long period of time.
It's
like, you used to go down Hogsback and up that next
there's 2 stages on
ridge
Hogsback.
and down that backside.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it's a bit
just
like
not the same.
Like the spectacle, to talk about running quickly. Like, the spectacle wouldn't work if it was just fucking 50 kilometres out of town in the middle of the hill somewhere and they just had a tent in a campsite and no one saw it. The whole point of that event is that the whole town gets amongst it. But if it was the same thing and you had like a big start-finish ramp and you had an announcer and people were racing the trails that everyone goes and rides, like that's a way more marketable sport than trying to do it as something that happens off in the hills and they try to do really shitty coverage of it and you follow it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Do you think the
I remember,
participation aspect...
The rules got so complex.
Go
ahead.
They used to have, like, EWS was kind of open to everyone, and there were the pros, but there was like an enormous field of amateurs. And then, even prior to UCI taking over it, they kind of whittled that away. I think the pros are getting a bit annoyed with the amount of amateurs there, and it slowly got to the point where it was just really a professional event, or it was harder to get into. And maybe that was kind of the start of it going away. Like, they didn't acknowledge that it probably was more of a participation sport than anything. Like, people wanted to go to these cool places and do these cool races. Go on, Chris.
That's kind of my point. Like, it is participation sport, but like, for people who are racing, like, it should be relatable as a competitor, but also as like a mountain biker who wants to see what racing's about, Yeah. And it's such a good sport for that, because any town that's got trails on the back doorstep, you just put the race village in the middle of town, and you have pit setups and everything in the middle of town.
Yeah, I've got nothing more to add.
Yeah.
I think it's...
I don't know if
I'd run out like the open enduro race.
I reckon the UCI will quietly drop it, and then it will just go back to more one-off events, and you'll have some series, some random kind of series and that, but I don't know. It just feels like the UCI kind of milked it and killed it. But I also think at the time when it came about, and it was really gaining popularity, trail bikes didn't exist in a really good form. There was no real home for that kind of bike, and then all of a sudden you had this race format that allowed bike manufacturers to build these, what turned out to be awesome bikes. They had a place to market them in a platform, and those bikes just became the norm. And then I think the manufacturers started going, we're going to back out because we don't need to spend that much money marketing these bikes anymore because they're selling. And that also pulled a bit of the manufacturer stuff out of it as well.
I think that's another problem, though, is that all these 170 mil enduro bikes that were built for enduro racing don't actually make sense, like, in the real world. And even a lot of the enduro racers didn't actually ride them all the time.
No.
Like Charlie Murray hardly ever rode the enduro.
He's been on like a 150 mil bike most of the time with Specialized.
Yeah, and that's part of it as well, is that the racing became too close to downhill racing. And I think half the challenge is that they go to events, they do the same tracks in the same places over and over again, and top guys that have been there for 3 years in a row are pretty good for racing downhill tracks because they know the track.
Mm.
Like, do you remember
I know
when we
what
did
they
the
should
NZ Enduro ages ago? And it was just full blind racing? That was hectic.
Yeah.
But that's also half the problem. As you go somewhere now and you just get destroyed by like 40 people who are
Possibly.
locals who have ridden this stuff day in and day out.
Yeah. And that might be the thing that makes it not actually that viable, because you can't always have new tracks.
Yeah. Well, ended that on a somber note. Put the last nail in the coffin, UCI.
Yeah.
Put it down. Put it out of its misery.
What else you
And
got?
go back to what it should be.
I just see we've ticked over now. We probably should shut this down before we talk, we start going on about TTW and KB loses the will to live.
Well, this is a perfect time to shut things down because we don't need to talk about bikepacking this week, and I'm going to shut it down before we do talk about bikepacking because if the listeners have actually made it this far, they definitely won't make it any further.
If you enjoy us rambling on about bikepacking, slide into KB's DMs. He loves to hear from you.
Well, Emma Baitup will send us a message, and that's probably about it.
Thanks, Emma.
Yeah.
The Tour to Waitapoma is fucked. I'm sorry, that's not okay. That's messed up.
Actually,
and all those hardy souls that are doing it, you are better people than me.
Speaking of talking about things that people don't want to hear about, there was a great on the Vital MTB racing rumours. There was a mention of us talking about bikepacking because we a couple of episodes I threw out there that Dylan Maples was going to pivot, and someone was like, "Oh, they've just said on the OTB podcast that Dylan Maples is going to pivot, but I don't know how credible it'll be because pretty much they've turned into bikepackers." And then someone else made a comment about me turning into a runner.
Yes.
And so that was strong. I was actually quite stoked to see that stuff on there.
I like that the public opinion is literally steering KB away from certain recreational activities, mainly out of peer pressure.
Perfect. This is what I need. I need more peer pressure in my life.
I've got a team rumour that I just want to spread with no evidence, is that Sammy's taking her year off to get into bikepacking.
Sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, don't do it, Sammy.
No. All right, boys. We've had an hour. That was great. Let's kick this one in the guts. And I don't know when we're back. Maybe we'll reconvene around Crankworks Christchurch time. We can talk about that. That is the 20th of February from memory. 21st, something around there.
So what time are you picking me up?
I haven't actually made any plans, so you better book some leave. We're going to Christchurch.
Yeah, cool. I'll get some time off and I'll get in touch with Crankworks and just make sure they've got your pit spot set up, and I'll line up all the media engagements for you.
Get your media pass sorted out.
Yep. Good.
All right, boys. As always, thanks to the team at Maxxis Tyres, Fox Suspension, and Squirt Cycling for supporting us. We are back for 2025. You're gonna hear us plenty of times more. Everyone's very happy. We'll see you next time.
Eric.